Another fight in Abu Dhabi. You had said when you were fought in London, you were hoping to possibly fight in America after fighting so many times here in London. So when they came to you with Abu Dhabi again, were you disappointed? Did you try to get? I know you wanted to be on that Boston card, I think, too. So I guess when they came to you with Abu Dhabi again, what went through your mind?
This is my 12th fight in Middle East, so I feel like I'm fighting at home. A lot of people coming to support me from UK, from North Caucasus, Dagestan, and I feel great. I couldn't get opponent for Boston, but after this I would like to fight in America also.
Did you go to the UFC and ask to fight in that Boston, and then they went to people and no one wanted to fight you there, or did they just have? Was everyone just tied up?
Yes, we did ask Mick to fight Mokaev in Boston. It was a lot of talk on Twitter, but he never accepted the deal.
And you're obviously fighting Tim Elliott, one of the long-tenured fighters on the roster. So what do you make of him as an opponent and a style that a lot of people consider, as he describes, awkward?
He's awkward to people that just stand, know the simple, like simple boxing, simple wrestling. But I'm awkward to other people too. And I think this style makes very interesting. He always put performance because he's a great fighter. He has a good experience, and when I have opponent like this, I also stay focused, and it helps me to perform better.
Did you have to bring in anyone specific to train with, to prepare with someone that's like Tim?
I don't think there's people like Tim. Is a little bit moving crazy, but that's what makes for me easier style than anyone else, because I see a lot of holes in his game, a lot of opening, because he fights very wide.
And you have a new champion in your division in Alexandre Pantoja. So what do you make of him as a champion and the upcoming title fight against Brandon Royval?
I think he beat Brandon Royval very easy. He already beat him, and to be honest, in this division, I don't see Brandon Royval as a like competitor. I see there's Kai Kara France, Amir Albazi, Manuel Capé. This is those fights I would like to fight before the title, one of them. But Pantoja deserved what he stayed patiently, and he got what he deserved. I trained with this guy, very nice guy.
Mo, over here. Hi.
Hello.
How are you? I know it's been a struggle for you to get a ranked opponent, so how happy were you that Tim Elliott stepped up to fight you?
I'm very happy. Even after my debut, I called out like top 15, and everyone said, "Who are you?" But they know who I was. But only Tim Elliott said, "I'm ready to fight him. I don't care." He was just injured, so that's why I had to fight like somebody unranked. And this camp was most interesting for me because I stayed focused, good opponent, and it motivated me.
And I know you've had goals of being the youngest champion, but some injuries have slowed you down. So how frustrating has that been? Because at the end of the day, this isn't that long of a layoff, but at the same time, how frustrating has it been to have to deal with a couple of injuries?
First, in my head, I was 73.5 kilogram after injury happened, and I was thinking, okay, flyweight, that's it, over for me. Now I was thinking about bantamweight, but never mind about bantamweight or flyweight. I was thinking how to get back walking again, and I've done good rehab. I was out 6 months, right? I think it's okay. In 12 months, I had 4 fights. I was most active fighter in UFC flyweight division, and I need a little bit break. That was okay.
And Tim Elliott likes to grapple a lot in his fights. So what do you think of his grappling?
His grappling is good, but not like positional. He can't take somebody down, but his control not really great. That's why he has so many takedowns, but like not many finishes, I would say.
And one more for me. On paper, it's supposed to be your toughest fight. Do you expect it to be the toughest fight of your career?
I don't think. That's every time you move up to career, people are gonna say it's toughest fight, but I think every fight is your tough fight. Every fight is different, but I think in my amateur experience, in my amateur career, I had tougher fights than whole my professional career.
Right. Thank you.
Мухаммад, приветствую.
Привет.
Вот, по идее, ты идешь в карде с самым большим фаворитом, соответственно, Тим Эллиот самый большой андердог. А как ты себе объясняешь вот такой расклад, то есть за счет чего практически не видит шансов у Эллиота на победу?
Может, за то, что у него такой рекорд, но я бы не считал его таким андердогом, чем других соперников. Может, года тоже, старый уже.
Вот 1,5 года назад Тагир Уламбеков дрался с Тимом Эллиотом, проиграл. А ты случайно не пересекался здесь с Тагиром, и, может быть, тебе прилетали какие-то инсайды по тому, что Тим Эллиот делает в бою и чего тебе стоит опасаться?
Это не изменит ход моего боя. Он дрался, он проиграл же Тим Эллиоту, как бы. Я посмотрел его бои, у меня есть команда, которая мне может подсказать, и я на большом опыте сам могу понять, что будет Тим Эллиот делать. А так, вот так, чтобы мне подсказали в неделю боя, и у меня изменилась вся моя игра, то что я готовлюсь на субботу, это не поможет.
Спасибо.
Мухаммад, салам алейкум.
Алейкум салам.
У тебя есть мечта, как ты говорил, цель стать самым молодым чемпионом UFC. Сколько у тебя еще времени до этого, до того, вот, чтобы вот эту границу перейти? И сколько поединков, как ты думаешь, еще в идеале тебе нужно будет сделать?
У меня до марта, 29 марта 2024 года есть время. Я уже планирую после этого боя вылететь в Америку и посмотреть, если там можно будет выйти на замену или просто подраться с кем-то.
То есть практически сразу, верно?
Ну, через недели-две я хочу полететь, посмотреть там, может выйти на замену. И еще есть в Саудии турнир 2 марта. У меня еще есть время, главное, чтобы рейтинговые соперники принимали бой.
Как ты думаешь, UFC помогут тебе в этом, ну, именно вот в продвижении вот к этой цели?
Это уже будет видно после вечера в субботу, когда финиширую я Тим Эллиот.
Спасибо, удачи.
Спасибо.
Мухаммад, ассаламу алейкум.
Алейкум салам.
Ты заявлял, что в бою с Эллиотом надо быть наглым. Можешь объяснить поподробнее, что имелось в виду?
Он хватает перчатки там в глаз, может там пальцем в глаз засунуть, шорты хватает. Но это работало с такими, можно сказать, ну, с его возрастом людьми. Там он дрался 32-летними соперниками, ему 36. Но я молодой, я такого наглого, как я, в этом октагоне еще не было.
Ты тренировался с Пантошем в Америке, спарринговал. А как проходили спарринги, собственно? И как бы сложился возможный поединок против него?
Я ему ничем не уступал, и он сказал, что ты пройдешь этот дивизион слегка. И после того, как мы потренировались пару раз, мы уже не вставали пару, может, он чувствовал, что я будущий претендент. И вот тогда разошлись аккуратно.
Буайсар Сайтиев посоветовал тебе не обращать внимания на хайп и так далее. А был ли от него совет по борцовским именно элементам каким-то?
Да, его видел сейчас на чемпионате России. Он подошел, пожелал мне удачи, сказал, оставайся сфокусированным. Ты очень хорошо идешь, дал пару хороших советов.
А кого считаешь лучшим борцом UFC?
Генри Суходу, я думаю. Если борцом, а если вот давление, там Хабиб Нурмагомедов.
Ты также рассказывал, что бойцы-европейцы могут зависать в барах, а потом в понедельник полуубитыми находиться в зале. А как обстояли дела в случае твоего товарища Тома Аспинала?
Он зависает или нет в барах?
Было ли такое?
Не, может он зависает, но он не то, что зависает. Может пойдут, они отдохнут, но я его очень давно знаю, уже лет 10 я его знаю. Хороший человек, семьянин, ничего лишнего себе не позволяет.
Спасибо.
Мухаммад, один вопрос буквально. Вот недавно наткнулся на фотографию, где ты еще совсем молодой, с Томом Аспиналом, и вы оба в рашгардах, и у вас написано «Дагестан». А как вручил этот рашгард Тому Аспиналу и кто?
Тогда я еще был в беженском лагере, и он мне сказал, у меня был Дагестан, майка, мне ее подарили, и, ну, такая, рашгард. И он мне сказал, я такой же хочу. Я ему сказал, ты мне свой рашгард дай, и мне дешевле было пойти, ему там принт сделать в этом, ну, этот стикер, да, Дагестан, чем ему еще рашгард покупать. Я сказал, у меня, короче, не позволяет. Как я сказал, да.
Спасибо. Мухаммад, приветствую.
Привет.
Я тут. Расскажи немножко про свой угол. Я вижу, что у тебя сейчас с тобой пришел Шарап Гетинов, а также я видел Рустама Хабилова, а вот Эльдаров, например, будет?
Да, он прилетит в среду. В среду, сегодня прилетает, да. Сегодня среда вроде.
Сложно было ребят уговорить или сразу же они согласились быть в твоем углу?
Уговорить? Нет, это же наша команда, они здесь будут по-любому присутствовать.
И вот я видел, с тобой зашел совсем молодой боец, я не знаю или нет. Расскажи, кто это.
Это Шарафа сын, будущий футболист. Легенда.
Окей, спасибо.
Yeah, just wanted your thoughts on the main event between Makhachev and Volkanovski.
Prediction?
Yeah.
I think it'd be tougher fight than first fight. Because Volkanovski, like he didn't come out of the couch, he trained like for 4 weeks, he said, right? So I think he won't be overtrained or like under any pressure. He's just gonna come out, maybe for first 2 rounds he'd be very, very dangerous. But I think after that he's gonna slow down and Makhachev win by decision. But for first 2 rounds he will be dangerous. Especially he said after his fight, like I should have done on first, second round more, like more pressure him instead of later rounds. Good.
Assalamu alaikum, Muhammad.
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Muhammad, just a quick question for you. We know and we've been watching you since the days that you were competing in Brave. I just wanted to ask you, from your perspective, how have you seen the improvement in MMA in general in this part of the world? Where do you see Arab MMA going? Do you think we might be looking down a road at some stage where we're seeing a card that might have 6, 7, 8 Arab fighters? From your experience in the local scene, that's one question. And the follow-up is, if you were to, now that you're back with us in Abu Dhabi, have you found it easy to acclimatize or have you struggled with it a little bit?
I think UAE already have first UAE fighter this weekend fighting, so it's already, they made the history. A lot of like royal family like Bahrain, UAE, they invest a lot of in the sports. It's growing. They hold like world championships. They brought basketball team I think two weeks ago, and it's slowly growing. And like they have world championships, jiu-jitsu, which I will be competing November 2nd. And I think they invest a lot of money. And 5 years ago, they didn't know about MMA much over here. Now it's growing. And I think it will be a lot of young generation people join to MMA clubs.
Мухаммад, от меня еще вопрос. Я вот сегодня с тобой пересекся сейчас в коридоре и впервые тебя вижу буквально за пару дней до боя, и показалось, что ты прям очень сухим выглядишь. Как у тебя сейчас с весом и сколько осталось?
С весом у меня хорошо, около 4,5 килограмм. Нормально, идет по плану все. Good. Have a good day, guys.
Wigan man. No, I'm from Birkenhead. It's not far away. This goes into a program we've got called that just has all the data that we need. Where it is, what it is. not very good with the analytical passion. So I just literally put all the details that I can and then let something with this one of the words sort out. Who, what, when, where, why. Sorry, the only reason I'm sorry. This would be the round class. You done? It's Victoria Bank. Of the whole night. Still quite big. Or just stop. You tag it. I just find if you tag them, it just makes it so much quicker. My son kept waking up in the middle of the night and then at night at 2 o'clock in the morning and I realised he was wrong. I get it. I didn't watch the film but I watched Azaitar. Oh my goodness, it's just... What do you mean? Yeah, except this program. So, like, I literally have to put United Arab Emirates. That's not done. You mean like that? That's what I was doing. I love it. I actually prefer it when I'm going out of control. That's where I thrive. I don't like being and where they go, right, what do you want me to do? I can do it, but it's just not where I thrive. I thrive in the place like this. I thrive. I'm not. I always describe myself as a classic photographer. I'm not a photographer. I do as well as certain things. See, I want to get another one. I got a t-shirt like ages ago. It was like, it was super tight then. That's when I had one carry around to the place. I want another t-shirt. No. I literally took my car to the garage. This is the second time I've done it. The second time. So I've got the fuel. And then basically, so it's kind of gone. So just get on with it. Does Ford Focus include food? I literally. Kind of medium. I think it's a sedan. It's not an SUV. I don't know what that was, but I know nothing about it. But where? Like fender. No, I think we're going to do this thing on the Indian fighter. I was going to race back to Azaitar and do the changeover for the white car because I've got 18 points. But they cancelled. Now they're okay to do it, but I've already agreed to do that. We're all going to be tight. So I guess we're going to hang around here for a little bit.
Ну это точно восстанавливает
Do
меня.
the extra one comes later. And I need to do a little bit.
Тебе, скорее всего, лучше вообще будет просто купить новый.
Which I already don't want to do, but that's fixed. And they have to look good as well. These things are harder to photograph now. Well, obviously we know they are. Make it look good, make the angles look nice, so don't put a strong. It's just not real.
У меня есть даже такой софт, сейчас посмотрю. Я просто его устанавливал, я точно. Сейчас у меня рынок. А у тебя не устанавливаешь даже кухню?
Это да, я не знаю, у меня была, я у меня все проблемы возникала, я соскальзывал.
I got a job like last week. It was the CEO of the company. And I was a little bit late, so I'm not going to but when I got there, they started
У меня, знаешь, такой Wondershare recovery. Сейчас
other stuff. Then the CEO told me, asked them to smile.
А ты когда это слышишь, камеру когда вставляешь, я, у тебя в камере что?
Just
Не видит, да?
tune up. I
А?
didn't
Ну не видит материал, да? А ты пробовал камеру? Как не работает? У меня работает так камера. Да, дай попробуй. А? Ставь флешку в этот держать. И... А, у меня есть. Давай попробуем. Вот, попробуй.
Yeah, the marina buildings are not as bright as you think they would be. That would be a better place to do it. So they were on the other side of the on the inside of the park as opposed to the outside. So they should have done like the W at the top deck of the bar is they've got amazing with like marina and stuff. Is she not there?
Меня вот это, слышишь, я... У меня вот это задает мою программу. Если не у тебя теперь... Нет, это причем от меня. Йоу. С камерой как я рекомендую. С камерой как это, просто как запах какой-то. И вообще он сразу выдает, was at the KSI thing, and they literally put a spotlight on him, so you could see him in the background of the fights. It was really weird. Well, they just have huge social media followers. I'm not very good. I do it because I enjoy it. It's a good workout, and I want to do it and get
fights forward, and he's always good. And when you just can't literally lay a hand on someone because he's so quick, and he's laughing at the same time, it's really annoying. Just, he literally, and he just kept kicking, and you couldn't do anything. So, I didn't go to John Fox this week, but I had a job to do at the World Trade Center on Monday. Which is a good thing to do. You don't tell people. So people still start going down one road to go to the then they find out how the road's closed. So just there's no diversion. They say this road is closed and don't go. So it kind of look like just not productive. It's got really bad in literally. Do you know Khamzat? So it's got really bad. Exactly, and they keep building back into the desert and not creating any more roads for people to go in a different direction. Luckily we live on the edge, so there's still, we've had to incorporate. We now have to leave to get the kids to school at a decent time. We have to leave at 6:30. When we used to be leaving at 7 to go to a school that was further away. They will eventually make people moan about we're thinking about it. It's just get a deposit. Is a bit I know he didn't interview Tarek, but didn't he? Do you want to, does that mean Steve would? Or Steve off? Steve's off. It's huge been a lack of communication. It's very professional operation. It's amazing first off school. It's amazing how one person is probably sitting beside the other one. I was expecting it to go something. Preview. I need to mention to did you mention to JT that I was going? I put it on a list that I sent to so Steve got that list and he replied. But I'm not sure if I noted down on the
Your best bet? Do you want to know? Your best bet would be the text and just mark it as a you covering that up?
Are you gonna come or are you gonna find your own way?
Best laid plan. We're on top of this.
So before we get into the fights, how's Abu Dhabi been treating you?
Sorry?
Have you enjoyed Abu Dhabi?
I didn't have the time yet to go much around. I'm focused on the fight, but I'm gonna stay a few days after the fight to enjoy. I can't wait to see. Have a lot of attractions here. I went to the zoo. The zoo was nice, very nice zoo. But I want to go to the Ferrari, the Sea World. I have a lot of things to enjoy. You can't get bored here.
Right. Well, speaking of your fight, you're obviously fighting Ankalaev, so I'm curious, what do you make of him as an opponent leading up to this?
He's a really dangerous fighter, tough Russian guy, and he's number 2 in the world. What else you can say? He's number 2 in the division. The second dangerous guy in the division. He's very tough, and imagine somebody that beat him. If somebody beat him, this guy is going to be ready for the title shot next.
But when Anthony Smith fought him, he said that Ankalaev is just very good at everything. He's just basic, but he's just solid across the board. So I'm curious, when you watch tape on him, does anything stand out about his skill set?
Stand out? What do you mean?
Like, is he better at striking, grappling? Does he have any strengths that you see, or is he just good across the board?
Yeah, he's a good southpaw, good striking, back. He have a left good high kick, and good wrestler. He's number 2, bro. He's good.
I'm curious, do you think he beat Jan Blachowicz when they fought to that draw?
I thought they fight for the belt. Even if you die, you have to do your best there. You have to show that you deserve to be champion of the world. It's a big title to get. Champion of the world in the division. Don't let the referee decide for you. If you decide, you can't complain. You have to accept. You let them decide for you. You accept.
Johnny, when we spoke yesterday, you said that Ankalaev should do some crazy shit to promote this fight. Do you expect him to come up with anything at all?
What he did?
When we spoke yesterday, you said that Ankalaev should do some crazy shit.
Should do.
Yeah, to promote this fight. Do you expect him to come up with something?
I don't know. He just have to be a little bit more notable, no? People have to notice him. He very quiet. He don't speak much, and just have to show more emotion. Do something to make people want to see him fight. He's a really good fighter. He's a good fighter already. Now he needs a little bit better personality just to promote himself. It's for his own good.
Does it make it harder or easier for you to fight someone like that who is not emotionally involved in promoting the fight?
Make no difference. I'm not emotionally involved anyway, as well. I walk towards and fight the number 2 in the world, or the best fighter ever. For me, it's just, I don't give a fuck. I just go there and fight and go right home after.
All right, thank you.
Johnny, right here. After the last fight, Ankalaev said he was going to change his style a little bit and be more exciting because of the criticism. Do you think he's going to fight differently in this fight than we've seen him in the past?
Every fighter have your pattern to fight. They don't change much style anyway. If something's happen, they always come back to the same way that he always fights because it's trustable for them. So if it doesn't work, he always come back to the same style. So let's see. I'm excited because I can change my style. I'm very, very orthodox fighter. I fight different than everyone. I have my own style, so I can change my style. I don't know if he's capable for do this, but if he does and something goes wrong, you always come back to the old one.
Who do you think is going to be the champion if you win here and get your title shot? Do you think it's going to be Yuri Prochazka or Alex Pereira?
Bro, I have no idea. I can't predict the future because both are really good strikers, They can knock people out. So one thing that I know, that I'm almost sure, is the fight's not going to go for decision. Somebody going to get knocked out or submitted.
And you've obviously training at SPG Ireland. With Conor McGregor coming back, have you seen him in the gym much during this training camp?
He's been training loads, but not in the gym. He built his own training camp, bring the coach wherever he want to train. He's another level, Makhachev. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Hamid, over here, on your left. Salam. Congratulations on getting signed to the UFC. How does it feel to be the first Emirati to ever compete in the octagon?
Thank you. It feels great, obviously. I'm very proud to represent my country in the biggest league. And it's always been a dream, and I'm here now. I'm ready to represent.
And the UFC has been returning to Abu Dhabi for a couple of years now. Was it frustrating for you? Were you reaching a point where you thought maybe you wouldn't get this chance? So how has the past couple of years been like for you?
I always thought I'd get the opportunity, and I feel that the opportunity is up to God. So all I did is stay ready, and I knew the opportunity would come. And when it does come, I need to be 100% ready, and that's where I'm at now.
I know this will be the biggest stage you ever compete in, but you've defended your belt at Etihad Arena multiple times. So does that kind of give you a bit of comfort coming into this fight?
Yeah, I fought in Etihad Arena a few times, obviously. I'm not going to let anything affect me. I'm in my zone and soak up all after the fight, but yeah.
And you're taking on Trevor Peek. What do you think of him as an opponent? He's showed a very aggressive and wild style at times. So how do you see this fight playing out?
I feel like it's a great opponent for me to showcase my skills. He's tough, he comes forward, and I love a person that comes forward. We could get fight of the night with that. And yeah, I'm looking forward. I feel like I'm better than him in every aspect, and I'm coming.
Thank you.
Right here. Obviously, like Farah said, this part of the world, they know you and they've seen you fight before, but for people back in America or even Europe, they look at your resume, you have almost 10 years of experience and you're making your debut, so what can fans expect when they see you fight for the first time, especially for people back in the States?
I like to perform, I like to put on a good show for everyone that is watching. I never like to have a boring fight, and that's what they're going to expect is a really good fight, and he's obviously going to come forward, so it's going to make a good fight,
I just wanted to know your thoughts on like a prediction for the main event.
With Islam, and I think Islam would win. Volkanovski, obviously a tough guy, I love him too, I love his style. But we're going to have to see his 10 days notice, and Islam's been in training camp for a while now, and he's ready to face anyone, so yeah, we'll see.
Mohamed, how are you? Mohamed, you were obviously training with Khamzat up in Dubai. Just what did you take from that, and what advice did he give you coming into UFC fight week and everything that entails?
Nothing really, just told him to stay calm, and the advice is not really he told me anything, but just from watching his work ethic and seeing how he trains, how he's focused, how he comes in, and yeah, obviously it motivated me. I'm in the room of one of the best, most talked about fighters in the world right now, and yeah, it's great.
And obviously you've looked forward to fight week for a long, long time. You were saying you've prepared your whole life. How has it been the last few days being around the UFC, getting the whole experience?
Yeah, obviously it's great. Everything's moving smooth. I love how they work. Obviously it's the best in the world, and I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be part of the company, and I'm here to perform and put on great shows.
And just lastly, what sort of support do you imagine that you're going to get in Etihad Arena on Saturday night?
Obviously the whole crowd is going to be with me, hopefully, and it's going to be crazy. I'm ready to soak up the energy, and 18,000 people is going to be great. Never fought in front of that many people, and yeah, excited.
Thank you.
يعطيك العافية.
الله يعافيك.
سؤالي بالعربي. سؤال واحد بسيط. لما تاخذ الفوز إن شاء الله كيف راح تحتفل؟
بشكر الناس اللي ساعدوني اني اوصل هالمرحلة، ونشوف ان شاء الله عقب الفايت. الحين ما اقدر اقرر، بس خلنا نشوف لان الحماس تغير كل شيء.
طيب طلب صغير، اي احتفالات احسب حسابنا انا وطارق من هوش امامي.
سوري ما سمعت؟
طلب صغير، اي احتفالات احسب حسابنا.
ما سمعت.
احسب حسابنا انا وطارق باي احتفالات بعد الفوز ان شاء الله.
ان شاء الله ان شاء الله.
شكرا.
محمد، سؤال سريع. احنا عم نشوف من المقاتلين اللي عم بيجوا من امريكا وبريطانيا الى اخره، روسيا، داغستان، اللي عم بيجوا بيتمرنوا معك حاليا في المخيم تبعك، سواء كان شرف الدين او حمزات الى اخره، شو رايك انت بمستوى التمرين اللي عم تتلقاه في الامارات، وشو رايك في انه عم بيجوا هدول المقاتلين العالميين عشان يتمرنوا معنا هون في دبي وابو ظبي؟
الامارات طورت وايد، مو بس في الايفنتات وفي الصالات، يعني في كل مكان في صالة الامامية. من قبل سنين يعني ما كان في اي صالة، الحين لو تشوف كل مكان ما شاء الله في صالة اتمرن فيه. وفي صالتي يعني عندي احسن ناس من العالم في العالم جايين، من روسيا، يعني مصارعين، وكل اسبوع كل شهر في ناس جداد جايين يعني يتمرنون ويانا، وهالشيء زين حقي يعني اتعلم من اشوف مستواي بين كل الناس يعني.
موفق ان شاء الله.
ان شاء الله.
You talked about a sold-out arena, and of course, being one of the biggest fights that you mentioned. Do you think that's an added pressure for you come fight night, or how are you planning to block out that noise and just concentrate on your opponent?
I don't know. I'm just gonna obviously I'm focused. I'm gonna soak up the crowd a bit, but more focused on who's in front of me, and then after the fight, it's gonna be great soaking up the crowd. So that's what I see.
Do you think there's that enough motivation and a little bit of pressure as well from your team to sort of live up to the expectation and the night as well?
Yeah, for sure. The motivation is crazy. Obviously, this has been our dream, not just for me, but for my team and my brothers, you know. And we're looking forward to putting on a good show and then representing in the octagon.
Any message that you can give to the UFC aspirants over here, locally as well in UAE?
What do you mean? Like
any message or any word of advice that you can give to them?
I'm going to put on a great show. That's about it. Thank you, guys.
Check, check, check. Check, 1, 2. 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mic check. Check, check, check. Mic check. 1, 2. 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mic check. 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2. 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mic check. Hey, hey, hey. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Well, Alex, welcome back to the Middle East. I feel like this is kind of what you live for, right? Things, some challenges that people think, well, there's no way he should be trying that. I feel like when you get a phone call that offers you that challenge, you just can't wait for it.
Oh yeah, that's very loud. Yeah, for sure. Again, it's opportunities. You know what I mean? It's opportunities to be great, right? So a lot of people, there is a lot of risk, but you know, as they say, high risk, high reward. You know, that's how I look at it. So, and that's why I've been busting my ass for the last 12 years. You know, 11 or 12 years, however long it was. You know, literally, so I can be that guy that can do things like this. And do some history-making type of stuff, and you know, really have a legacy that people will be talking about for a very long time.
There are people who are almost already trying to set the narrative that you have nothing to lose. You can come in here and be the hero. But I've heard you say multiple times that no, if I don't get this done, I lose an opportunity at this rematch, like that lightweight title. So do you feel that you're just rolling the dice here to prove that I can make these things and I can pull them off?
Yeah, for sure. This whole nothing to lose type thing is silly. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's still a lot of pressure on Islam, and I understand that. But I mean, I have to take this rematch that I want so bad. This lightweight title. You know, we talk about legacy. You know, this. If I was to lose, my legacy takes a big hit. I don't get another shot at him. I don't get another shot probably at the lightweight title. You know what I mean? Like, how much longer do I have? You know, we don't know these things. So there's definitely still a lot to lose for me. I think you know, he takes a big hit with a loss, to his legacy, losing to someone who is obviously the featherweight champ, a division below, coming in on 12 days' notice. Again, there's a lot of pressure on him, but no pressure on me. I'm not letting there be any pressure, but there's still a lot to lose for me. So I don't want people acting like, that there's me doing this is a no-brainer. I guarantee you, there's not many fighters that are going to do this. And you heard Islam say, no excuses and things like this. It's just one thing I want to say is put it this way: 100%. If the roles were reversed, this fight is not happening. I don't care what anyone says. He's not fighting on 12 days' notice. So he needs to remember that.
Tactically, you've said that you're going to come in more aggressive early on. Is that because cardio's not where it was for that February fight, or is that I found something out in that 5th round of the first fight that I can apply in the first 2 rounds of this next fight? Why tactically come out there more aggressive this time?
I just don't think I need to, from the first fight, I showed him a lot of respect, and it's well-deserved respect. But I felt like I didn't need to show him so much respect. And, it's pretty obvious. I'm sure they understand that I'm going to be coming for him. So it's no hidden secret for me to be like, I ain't taking, I'm going to be coming full steam ahead of him. You know what I mean? So it's going to be an exciting fight because of that. A lot of people, I'm just trying to be real with every situation I'm in. You know what I mean? Usually I'm preparing for the worst, and I've got a lot of ways things can go. When you get 12 days notice, there's not so much variables for me, or there's not many ways I can go. Don't get me wrong, I probably could, but I can't afford to focus on any of that. All I can focus on is what I plan on doing and what I want to do. And the fact that I've had 12 days notice, I think is what's going to make me so dangerous. Because what I learned from that first fight, and me saying, I showed him too much respect, me taking this on 12 days notice, I can't afford to show him respect. So it's sort of playing into my hand anyway. I'm going to be fresh, excited, coming off a short camp, no nigglies, no injuries, and then I'm coming full steam ahead.
You took it on 12 days. What amount of days would have it been to make you say no?
Say it again?
So you said yes on 12 days. Would you have said yes on 10 days? Would you have said yes on 7 days? How close to the fight before you saying, okay, come on?
I mean, it just depends on the weight, really. That's 12 days where my weight was. Luckily, the day before I got the phone call, my weight was pretty heavy. You can go on my YouTube channel and you can see what my weight was. I think it's out there anyway. But if you want more of the details, it's in that video. But you could see, and then I was already like, oh wow, this is way too heavy. So I had a 1 day head start before I had the call, because I didn't like that weight. So I lost a couple of kilos even before I got that phone call. But if I was to do that on 6 days notice or whatever it is, if I could make weight, I'll do it. But you got to see if you can make the weight though, right? Last thing I want to do is come here and not make weight. But yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of make weight, I think you may have made weight for every featherweight and lightweight title.
So yes, I did want to touch on this. So a lot of people want to talk about, can I keep 2 divisions busy? So let's talk about this for a second. I've come here to fight. I've stepped up for every light and featherweight fight for the last year, over a year. I've been here ready to fight. Not only I did fight in most of them, and I will fight in most of them, because I missed out on one, but I still turned up there to make weight. So there you go. I've been for the last, 5 or 6, I think it's 6, last 6 light featherweight fights, I've been there to fight every single one. Try and tell me that I can't keep 2 divisions busy.
So we'll see you in January.
See me in January.
Alex, if it wasn't Islam that you were stepping on short notice, would you have taken the fight? If they had come to you and say, both lightweights can't make it, can you fight Ilya on 12 days notice? Would you have taken that? Or is it the fact that it's a guy you fought before and it's Islam?
For lightweight?
For just featherweight or lightweight or anything?
Well, I ain't making featherweight in 12 days notice, so... I think... There's a lot of things, I want to be that guy, but I mean, there's history here. This fight, what if, say if I didn't take this opportunity, he fights Charles and wants to move up and goes there, and then I don't ever get a chance to have that rematch. That was playing on my mind too. That was a big reason why I needed to do this as well. This is an opportunity where I can get that rematch and do something great. You know what I mean? So that's how I'm looking at this. If this was just any other fight, probably not. You know what I mean? Wouldn't interest me. This interests me. There's history. There's this rivalry. There's a lot of talk already from the first fight. Like, this fight needs to happen, and we're doing it on 12 days' notice.
So, like, kind of going off that, if it was Islam that got the cut and they say, can you fight Charles on 12 days' notice, would this not have been the same, considering you've made it known that beating Islam is more important, really, than the lightweight belt?
The lightweight title is still a thing that I want, though. And then I demand the rematch anyway, so I get that rematch. So that works out. So like, you know, I'm thinking of it all. You know, I mean, if I was to fight Charles instead of Islam this weekend, I take that belt. When Islam's back, I get my rematch. So either way, fighting for that lightweight title, yeah, probably because the fact was lightweight title, I can make weight, and part of my legacy, I want that second belt. I want that rematch. That still promises me the rematch. So yeah, that'll be a clear, easy decision for me to do as well.
And how is the hands? Because the last time we spoke to you in Sydney,
it was the elbow. That was the elbow. So I broke the hand. That was last year, but the elbow was after the last one. But yeah, it's fine.
Alex, just curious, one of the narratives coming out of the last fight and what his team has been saying this week is that you were actually heavier on fight night than he was. Do you know if that's accurate?
Nah, they're just, I don't know what they're talking about. I mean, it's funny how they'll sit there and like, how can you say a lot of that stuff? They literally, the biggest excuse that I heard was the fact that they didn't have 10 extra hours. You know what I mean? It's like how are we using that as an excuse? You're saying you're that big that you can't rehydrate in 30 hours or 30-something hours. You need 40 or whatever it's going to be. Like, it's not a real good excuse, to be quite honest. And me saying that I was heavy, no, I went in there, I think I wanted to be in there about 76, 77. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's, I'm pretty sure what I went, that's kilograms. So yeah, that's about close to 170. But yeah, I mean, you can say what you want. There's putting on actual weight. Like, I put on 10 kilos in featherweight or whatever it is, 8 kilos, whatever it is in featherweight. But that's filling out my muscle. And then there's filling out fat and stuff at lightweight. That's, you know, like, obviously is a big difference. They can use that, but I mean, that's just, yeah, that's pretty much, that is false. And that's, yeah, besides the whole point.
Yeah, and one of the things Michael Bisping famously said when he pulled off that very short notice upset of Luke Rockhold, which was also a rematch, was that the fact that it was so short, it didn't allow him to overthink the fight, and it didn't allow him to overtrain because he goes so hard. Are you feeling some of that coming in?
100%. It's short notice. I can't. Oh no! Oh man! You know, I should have done this. You know what I mean? I can't do any of that. So I'm good at, like, obviously I'll always prepare how I should. But I can accept situations and adjust and move on. All right, I can't get this 12-week camp. But what I can do is take advantage of me being fresh, take advantage of this mindset of me being, you know, not fresh, obviously, physically and mentally, right? I don't have this whole, like, pressure of camp and, you know, killing myself for the last 8 to 12 weeks. And I get to go in there and be excited and be dangerous, you know what I mean? Like, so, and I know I need to focus on them. I can't focus on all the other stuff. There's pros and cons. I can't afford to focus on the cons. That's done. Accepted, move on, what I can do. There's still a lot of pros there, and I'm going to take full advantage of it.
And you told Fari last night that a fight with Justin Gaethje sounds nice after this, maybe a trilogy. There's been some kind of rumors out there that the UFC is maybe waiting on the result of this fight, and say you can't go in January or you plan on something else, that maybe they would do like an interim title with Ilya and Max. What would you make if that was kind of the direction that went?
Look, I mean, I need to have that's why I wanted to make a point of this whole, you know, I can keep 2 divisions busy. That was a goal of mine. I've been saying it for a while. I want to do that. I understand what they want to do. They're like, come on, like, we don't want to hold 2 divisions. I think I'm proving that I wouldn't. But yeah, obviously I want to do January. I want to go out here, I want to be double champ, and I want to keep 2 divisions busy. I don't know when Gaethje's looking to get back in there. But yeah, obviously there's a lot of exciting fights at lightweight. We'll see what happens. But I mean, I do, you know, want to keep 2 divisions busy. That is something that I want to do. I don't think we've had many people do that, you know. That's obviously a difficult thing to do, but I think that can add a lot to my legacy as well. So that's something I definitely want to do.
What is the secret to this activity, to keeping healthy, to keeping mentally fresh? How are you doing this?
I mean, I'm just a professional. I have been for the last 12 years, and I've got full confidence, and I'm comfortable with who I am and what I've done for them years to understand that, you know, I'm going to prepare anyway, and then I'm going to be, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, I need a break, and like they're worried about if things go wrong, which is fair. But I mean, you know, I got I got that motivation probably from Izzy, how active he was, and what he was doing for so many years. You know, that was inspiration for me to be like, you know what, I want that. You know what I mean? I thought that was incredible, and that's why you're seeing me, you know, sort of take that as well. And then now I'm just trying to add on. Like, you know, I feel like I thrive off it. I thrive from being active and doing things that not everyone will do. And then even situations like this, you know, I feel like you just keep adding on to that legacy and who you are, and you know, and yeah, like my mindset, mentality, it just shows you what I'm all about, and I'm comfortable and happy with that, and ready for all challenges that come my way.
Yeah, and you mentioned,
and I literally thrive off it. It like you literally couldn't keep the smile on my face the day after. I mean, as soon as I got that call, all week I was so excited. Everyone in the gym, everyone was excited. I don't know. So it's like everyone just knows, all right. You know, obviously everyone knows that Islam's no easy fight, but they just know if anyone can do it, it's me, and everyone's excited, and everyone was just pumped up and ready for it. So it's been nothing but positive vibes from myself and my team, and I can't wait to go out there and make history.
Yeah, and you mentioned kind of the comparison to Izzy. You see him now, though, and he's saying he needs a long break. Yep. Is it maybe unfair to compare it in that sense, considering he had like 100 kickboxing fights?
Oh, mate, like, and he was, what did I say, 11 title fights since 2019? That's nuts. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Obviously, it obviously didn't go his way last fight, and then he just needs some time. You know what I mean? So, but and that's fair. You know what I mean? There's going to be times that's going to happen. You know, he's done already incredible things anyway. Like, I mean, if he was to retire, he's retiring as one of the greats anyway. So, like, I've got nothing but love for Izzy, and whatever he chooses to do, I'll support it.
Yeah, and just last thing for me, are you aware of the rumor of the EA Sports UFC cover curse, and what do you make of this whole thing?
I love debunking all that shit, to be honest. Like, you know, wasn't there the 35-year-old thing as well? I love it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they get, you know, I remember even they said it like for my Aldo fight about the haircut on Embedded or something like that. And like, so I debunked that ages ago. I think I've debunked a few things, and ready to debunk a few more. I hope people keep pushing that, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he broke the UFC cover curse. Oh, it's like, man. That means a big deal, but I mean, people want to act like it. I swear, well, let's add that to their legacy. I'll beat the UFC cover curse.
Well, John Bernard from KO Sports. You've spoken all week about how important this fight is to your legacy. If you do go on and win this rematch, do you think this solidifies you as not only the best UFC fighter Australian, but one of the best Australian athletes across all codes?
That's not up to me, you know what I mean? I'm obviously in a massive sport and doing some great things, and I plan on doing more great things and breaking records, and you know, solidify myself as a great, as a legend of the sport, and I guess the rest is just up to everyone else, you know what I mean? Like, so it's yeah, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Now, you said you want to debunk the UFC curse. If Drizzy Drake, the rap artist, wants to place a bet on you, are you looking to debunk?
I debunked that last fight.
Yeah, there you go.
He bet on me against Jair Rodriguez.
There you go.
So another one I debunked. I love it.
Ticking it off the list. And what?
Mate, I'm gonna end up focusing on all these. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like all of it. I'm gonna channel all my energy. Is like going, oh yeah, they're saying they've never done this. All right, fuck it, fuck the belts. I'm going to this one to break this, debunk this one. Yeah. No one's been no one's done all three. But I mean, fucking hell, that's going to keep me real busy, isn't it?
Last one. There also has been talk of Islam and his current state at the moment. He looks fairly depleted, even just walking through and doing all his media duties. Have you had any interaction with him in the lead up to the fight? And you know, did you have any opinion on his state at the moment?
No, I think I seen him a little bit yesterday. he didn't look too happy, but that's expected. I'm usually, even when I'm doing the decent weight cuts, I'm usually pretty, upbeat and pretty happy going through the process. But some people just hate it and just want to get it over and done with. But I don't take any of that in. Like, I'm sure he's like that every fight week. You can't sit there and be like, oh, weakness. You know what I mean? But I plan on that pressure I'm going to bring and everything. Like I said, this big weight cut that they do, he's got a lot of time to rehydrate. But again, he remembers what happened last time. So actually, one thing I did, because yesterday, I don't know if he was trying to mean mug me, like he was looking and like sort of trying to give me evils or something like that. I don't know what he was trying to do, but which is going to be pretty hard, because I mean, let's remember how we left that fight. I was like, oh mate, you're not going to intimidate me. It's like I had you like trying to do whatever you can to say, for the save your life. You know what I mean? I remember punching your head through the canvas. So to intimidate me is going to be pretty difficult. So I don't know what he was doing there. Maybe he was just sussing me out. I don't know, but. Maybe just didn't realise I was there. I don't know. But I wasn't intimidated.
Thank you, Volk. Do us Aussie proud.
Yeah.
Alex back here.
Hey.
G'day. Welcome to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, thank you.
A lot has been made about this being a short notice fight. Now, the question for you is, Charles Oliveira was quite vocal about not wanting to come here and not wanting to fight in Abu Dhabi for whatever reason. Was there any part of you deep down inside that kind of knew that this might be coming?
I mean, I'd love to tell you that I did do that, because that's probably something I would usually do, I guess. But I mean, I was doing whatever I can to try and fight later in this year. And so I literally thought I was fighting in January. So luckily, I'll do my head in if I don't train. So I'm always training. But I'll be honest, I didn't expect to get the phone call. But that doesn't. I'm glad I didn't expect it, because I think that still puts pressure. I still think that's, like I said, I'm coming in fresh mentally and physically, because I didn't even think of this. You know what I mean? So I think that's an advantage for me. So I'm sort of glad if it's going to come on 12 days notice, I'm glad I wasn't constantly thinking about it, because I wouldn't be able to fully commit anyway. So the way it's planned out adds to the story and makes me more dangerous. So I'm sort of glad that I didn't expect this fight to come up.
Well, we're very happy to have you here at Abu Dhabi. One more question, Volk. Coach Craig Jones in the lead up to this said, Sambo isn't a real sport. How do you feel about that?
Craig says a lot of things, man. Look, that's just Craig. I don't know. I'm sure people understand how Craig is. If they get offended, they definitely don't know what he's all about. But watch videos, and then you will understand Craig Jones.
Thanks for your time and good luck, champ.
No worries. Cheers.
Alex, question at the back over here.
Yep.
You bring a lot of heart and passion into your fights, and that's of course your legacy as well. But you spend quite some time away from home in New South Wales. So how's the support and the passion from your team as well? Can you talk us through that and the legacy as well that's involved with
Time away from home?
Yeah. Your
No.
fights and the support.
because I'm fighting regularly, you mean?
No, the support that you get from your team.
Okay, yep. Yeah. No, well, the support's incredible. Yeah, obviously I didn't know the question. Like, sorry, you're saying I'm away from home a lot? Is that what?
Yeah, whilst you're away.
Okay,
you
yes.
spend time away, because Australia is quite a far distance. So when you're out and about for your fights, the support.
Okay, yes, okay, yep. Yeah. So obviously, the support's been incredible forever. You know what I mean? In Australia, especially down in the Gong, everyone's always been great. But I mean, this whole situation on 12 days' notice shows you the team and the support I have. I've been pretty vocal about it, like how everyone literally just changed all their plans, literally hours after I got the phone call, to be there to help me in camp, or to be overseas, getting me ready in the few days that we had, and not only that, to be over here at Abu Dhabi, spending a whole 10 days or whatever it's going to end up being away from their family. Just to help me out. When you got physios, strength and conditioning coaches, you got dietitians, and then obviously your training partners and coaches, and everyone literally just dropped what they were doing. And not only did they do that, have been nothing but positive, and it's been a joy. It really has. And I think I'm glad they were like that. There's no stress in the camp, which is going to make this more exciting and make me more dangerous. So I've got a great team around me. Very thankful.
Couple of the Australian athletes across different sport, whether it's Nick Kyrgios in tennis or a couple of the cricketers that come out here, they talk about the distance, being away from home, and how that mentally sort of affects them, maybe not being able to see the family or whatever.
Okay,
Is that something that you feel as well?
No, not really. Like, you know what I mean? I've got a job to do. This is a part of the process. Like I said earlier, like no matter what situation I'm accepting, I'm going to make it work. I try not to, I hate being away from my family, but if I have to for a fight, that's it. It's done. I have to accept it, move on, and focus what's at hand. I'm able to do that. You know what I mean? Even when it comes to injuries and things like that, sometimes you get an injury and you start stressing. Oh no! Like what if something's bad? And then you hear it is broken. Yeah, you have broke your big toe. It's like, all right, accept it. Boom, move on. But now now I've got a clear path. I was stressing more before I knew it was broken. Then I find out, the worst possible news, and now it's so much easier for me to accept and be like, okay, no more pressure, that's happened, all right, now we've got to do this. I can accept these things and move forward. I think that's just a part of my mentality, my mindset, and that really helps me be able to do what I do, especially in this crazy roller coaster of a sport, and MMA and UFC and my crazy, wild career as well, and doing crazy shit like this, lucky I have that type of mindset.
Just a final question from me for the fans that are coming to Etihad Arena to see your fight. This passion that you bring, this energy, do you sort of credit that to your upbringing as well and the struggles when you went through in your childhood? Is that something you credit as well?
I mean, there's experience through everything, man. Like experiences through everything in life, right? Like get you ready. Like I wouldn't be the man I am without like this career, without without how I was brought up, and all them life experiences made me who I am. So and I'm very proud of that, and I wouldn't change a thing. You know what I mean? That's one thing that a lot of people do ask me is like, what's one of your greatest accomplishments? And I'm have my fair share of accomplishments, but one of my greatest accomplishments is the fact that I was able to be myself through the whole process. And I'm very, very proud of that. Very proud of my experience, my upbringing, how I was raised, and I hope I set a good example for a lot of people out there.
Alex, hello. Have you contacted Charles Oliveira after he out from fight?
Sorry, what was that? Sorry.
Have you contacted with Charles Oliveira?
Have I contacted Charles? Well, no. You're probably right. I should probably, No. Just obviously I'm sure he wanted to still be here, and then they made a decision. So you got to feel bad for the guy. Obviously selfishly, I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm glad it happened, but selfishly, I'm in this position that I'm thankful for. But I guess I didn't message him. But Charles, if you're watching, obviously sorry, and hopefully you get a shot again. I don't know what to say there. I feel bad for the guy. You know what I mean? Like, you're making me feel bad.
Okay. And how many fans from Russian contacted you on social media and they support you or hate speech?
I've got my fair share of support from a lot of people around the world, actually, to be honest. So, which is pretty cool. But so the support's been incredible, even in Russia. I'm a pretty chill dude. So I don't think too many people hate me. I know they used to, but I think they're starting to grow on me. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of people supporting, Islam and their team and that, which is fine. That's expected. I'm probably going to get booed when I walk out to the octagon, but I'm prepared. I'm ready for that. All good. We'll see what happens. But I mean, the support's been incredible.
Thanks.
Welcome over here. With Khabib's advices this time around during this fight, do you expect Islam be more dangerous and smart?
I mean, I don't want to I don't want this to be disrespectful, but I mean, that's you go there, you prepare, you do what you need to do, and you turn up. Someone just being in the corner, there's gonna be a lot of things when things don't go your way. You start looking for things, or what went wrong and all that. I didn't have the extra 10 hours, or my Khabib was in my corner, and if them things are gonna worry you so much, I'm gonna take advantage of that Saturday night. If he really thinks like that, he's in for a rough night, because I'm going to give him a lot more other problems to deal with. If he can't deal with things like that, when he's locked in a cage with me and he's thinking about all these little things around him, he's going to be in for a rude shock, especially when I come guns blazing at him. So I think he needs to just accept that I am that tough fight. It wasn't any of these other things, except we prepared well and we know what you do well, and we know how to counter those things. So expect a hard fight, turn up, because even though I had 12 days, I'm still going to turn up. I'm going to bring a fight. So yeah, again, he did tweet saying that don't have excuses, where I felt like he had more excuses when he got his hand raised, I think. But yeah, look, he's a great fighter. He doesn't need to rely on all these other things. They do a good thing. That's why having guys like Khabib around him and Javier Mendez and the team they have, they prepare him very well, and that's why Islam's going to be dangerous. Yeah, having Khabib there, like through camp and all that, the preparation they gave Islam is why he'll be dangerous. But if if Khabib wasn't in the corner, I don't think that changes much, to be quite honest.
Because we all remember Dan Hooker fight and Khabib's advice. That's why I asked.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, no, that's okay. It's all good. No, I understand, like, a lot of people, but I mean, we are fighters, having a good team around you is great, but, that's why preparation's very good. You do want guys in your corner, obviously, to help you make some right decisions, but I mean, he had a lot of other problems in there rather than just, he could have done this instead of that. I think it would be more than just that little bit of advice, because again, we prepared very well. We've got a good team around us, and they prepare us. So it's a preparation that our coaches and teammates and that do that really get us ready for these fights. And all year round, like, again, having the right training partners, the right coaches bringing you up the way that they want you to, that's what you carry in there. Like, at the end of the day, the corner is going to help, but I mean, if I haven't been the guy I have for the last 12 years, you can have the best corner, there's a good chance things are going to go wrong, you know what I mean? Like, if you aren't properly prepared. But luckily, I have the right team around me and the right coaches that have been keeping me prepared and on sharp and understanding the game for the last 12 years. So that's what I'm thankful for.
Thank you.
Yeah, cheers. Low weight belt here. Good? Thank you. Oh, yeah? Cheers, man.
I've been in home brother in Europe. Where I Not to that extent.
My mom did a season.
The sky.